Hello guys, I thought I could walk you through the way I farm Fatalis using Lance by myself, completely solo. Um, this is something that you might be interested with because uh, as a Lance player, maybe you might want to solo it, or maybe Lance is a weapon that you know well and you have to solo Fatalis. So I know the few videos that you'll see out of Lance players, good Lance players, might be speedruns with the entire, Fatalis gear farmed out already. So, yeah. So this video is obviously made with pre-Fatalis gear to be kind of realistic. Um, I'm going to focus on the items first. You're going to take your usual heals, your usual attack buffs. Uh, More importantly, you're going to focus on the wet fish fins because they are very convenient. The most important item on the loadout, I think, is the Dast Juice. Very important to keep that up at all times. And the last piece of it is the Farcaster with combines for more. Next, we're going to talk about the build. So I'm actually not going to talk too much about that, even though there is plenty of to say about the build itself. But you're just going to note the Partbreaker, the item Prolonger in them, the Fortify is very important, the protective polish, maybe slightly important than the rest. The guard up is absolutely vital, and you can craft it now. You can meld it at the melder, so that's very good. You'll notice that it's a fairly deco-intensive set, like the Tenderizer Vitality you might not have. I would advise you to remove first Expert critical eye levels if you can't make that precise set. Um, yeah. You're going also to note that we have the temporal mantle right now, so I've set it with heavy artillery jewels. That's very important, but that's actually not the first mantle that you will take in the hand. So you're going to equip the ghillie mantle first, because we're going to use the very popular ghillie plus cannons opening. Now to talk about the meal, the feline meal first. Just look at the bottom right. I have right now a fire resistance of 5. I'm going to use a custom meal, which is Moxie plus elemental resistance up, large. And with this precise set, when you do this, you end up with your first life where you'll be at 20 fire resistance, which means that Moxie leaving you at 1 HP when it triggers will actually not kill you if you were, going to take a fire blight usually. Now you won't get fire blighted. Let's go into the ends. So I'm going to do something that I actually didn't use myself in my regular farming, in the actual farming that I've done to get the equipment, which is the ghillie plus cannon opening. It's quite popular, I think, now. You might have seen it in your multiplayer hunts or, on social media or something by other YouTubers. First, you're going to to use all your buffs. Equip the ghillie mantle and go down into the castle. I'm not actually sure this is faster than just attacking it straight away with Nance, but it certainly feels safer actually, right? I took my sweet time to go down, but that's fine. First pick up the stone slinger ammo on the way up to the cannons. Load up the cannons. You don't really have to hurry here because you have plenty of ghillie mantle to burn through. Move the right cannon 3 ticks to the left. 1, 2, and 3. Just make it like separate pushes if you're not really sure. Load up the left cannon. That's the first one that you'll fire, so that's the second one that you load for efficiency. turn it 2 ticks to the right. 1 and 2. Equip the rocksteady mantle, so the fight can start directly at that point, but you can just attack Fatalis with it. This is doing good damage due to the heavy artillery things that we have on the mantle, on the rocksteady mantle, and you're going to get your first knockdown like that. It's a good occasion to strike the head, obviously. So you should position yourself like that, because then the head, when it comes back around, is going to push you back. Okay, I use a clutch counter here to get the wall bang. It's very easy to do that because he will get into like a four-legged mode. Okay. And now the regular fight starts, I guess. So when he's on the four-legged mode, you're going to want to focus on the head, if at all possible. It's not really, you know, when he starts to do these kind of attacks, it's really not that easy actually to do that. And when you get the flinch, that's a good opportunity to actually attack the head a couple of times. 3 or 4 to be precise. Okay. Most of the punishes I use are kind of good. Like, I think I'm doing it correctly. Just that sometimes I'm not executing them. I think I've got the correct punishes, but sometimes I'm just not executing well. That's what I'm saying. So here you can hit the head 2 times, but not actually 3. Don't do 3. Oh, we've got trouble clearing that. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to run to safety. You can either sheath and run, but I think it's better to just charge. Here you're going to maybe use this time to buff to rebuff, but we're not actually going to stay there too long. Just pick up the binder, climb on the ballista, the roaming ballista, and move it to the opposite end. And now you just... Okay, that's actually dumb of me to have used that, but just to see that it works. I didn't die actually from that. Here you can just buff yourself again. Not sure. Okay, I already did that. That's fine. And the reason why we're here, actually, I almost forgot. The reason why we're here in the first place is to change the mantle. You're going to equip the temporal mantle, and we're going to use it right away to get the binder shot off, and to use the ballista on the head. I guess the hunt is overall going on average, I guess, so far, which is good for me. Alright. Actually not that convenient. Okay, I'm just going to take the mantle item, because otherwise he will just continue spamming that, so... Okay, so you just target the head with the cannon. sometimes quite a bit tricky to do, but overall you get most of the shot off, obviously. Then you get like that was not bad. I will that's actually the dash juice that I forgot to replenish. So I'm doing that now. And the fight will continue as normal. We shouldn't be too far from the head break at this point. Okay, that's not bad. That's not good, sorry. You're going to want to avoid the fireball. And so that's why it's always very important to close in on him and not let him, you know, fireballs at you non-stop. Okay, it's not properly positioned for that. The fire patch you can guard dash it, not because it's like required to do that at, right now, but because in phase 3 we'll continue doing the same attacks, but they have much more recoil, so you want to get used to do the phase 3 punishes if you want, even though they are not that dangerous yet. The attacks, sorry, are not that dangerous, obviously. That was actually pretty close to. The head break should come soon, really. When he does that, you just sheath and walk toward him. That's just the way it goes. Not much you can do on that. Okay. I'm actually surprised I haven't gotten the head break yet, but that's fine. Okay, I actually tried to guard it, but didn't work. Okay, that's not good. Okay. That's fine. I guess carting is very frequent in that fight, but it's why we have Fortify in the first place, so that you come back stronger after it. So here you're going to obviously rebuff. You can also restock, do items. It's a good occasion to do that. Honestly, the takeoff like that is something that I really haven't gotten used to. It still gets me regularly. Even though I killed Fatalis like 15 times already. I believe the hand should be fairly comfortable for Lance in multiplayer also. I have done multiplayer hands only twice, I think, and it went well for the most part. At this point, I should probably attack the head rather than tenderize, because I'm okay. I was going to say I'm getting kind of worried that I haven't gotten the head break, but that's fine now. Now I can rest easy. Rest comfortably knowing that the third phase is not going to be a nightmare. Continue attacking the head still because we are aiming actually at the... Okay, that's not good. Well, that's the good thing with Lance is that you're actually pretty safe, even though from that one specifically. Get the chest break, which is nice also, but very easy. But very easy to get. Okay. So at this point, what you're going to focus on when you come back to the barricade is so obviously removing the fire blade is probably a good thing. You're going to maybe heal, actually not heal. You're going to focus on buffing yourself is the main thing to do. And applying your rocksteady mantle. The rocksteady mantle has heavy artillery jewels on that, and you'll see it's actually not actually that useful for that. We use it to mostly counter the wind press that it does when it comes back. And that's a good, very good opening to strike the head. You see in the top left that the temporal mantle is coming back. So the top phase is actually pretty similar to the others. Like there is not that much damage that he can do to you as a lancer, especially if you have broken the head before. But so you're going to be mindful of the pin. The pin is the big one. It's much harder for Lance to deal with than the other weapons. That's why you guard dash the fire patch. Okay. Guard the fire blade. Actually not that great positioning on that one. We're going to wet fish again. We're going probably to use the dash juice also. But at some point the ballista comes back. I believe like 10 minutes after you first use it. I find it nice to use it again, but sometimes okay, that's the big one that you're going to look out for. The pin is the most dangerous of the attacks. Okay, this one is also very dangerous. I died actually from that, yeah. So yeah, the proper way to dodge that one is to guard, but to use the recoil to get behind him, not do like I did. So at this point what I'm going to show you is that you can eat for safeguard to give you an extra card, even though I'm hoping that I will not need it for this video. You can get safeguard just for, you know, just to get the hand a bit more comfortably if you're a bit worried. Like I am right now actually, right? I believe the game has just warned me that the ballista is coming back. So the ballista is good to use, I think. We'll try to use it. I'll try to use it. It's good to use when at the end of one of the novas, because he comes back and is a bit idle for a while. So you can see that We are actually hitting hard now because of the two fortifieds. Ballista is back again, which we are not going to use it now. We're going to focus on the head. Okay, that's actually... So you see that we are mostly using the same reaction, the same responses to the attack as the first two phases. Obviously the attacks that he does are now much more dangerous, but they don't really have that much more recall if you just... Okay, I got a nice proc of the defensive guard proc. Good. That one you just have to normal guard, the normal guard counter, and just move close to it. Okay. That's the thing I have to not mess up. You will for sure cart a lot due to that. That's the most. You have to be really mindful of that this attack can come at any time. The pin, and you have to be ready to deal with it. Okay, that's actually very bad for me, but never mind. So don't get caught into the wind blight, the wind press. Sorry, I was actually very close to carting on that. We're going to use that to. I wanted to use that time to get the ballista. I think I will still do it because I have the temporal mantle. The Dragonator is also ready. Okay. Guess I will take the boots. At this point I'm just face tanking the... I've never done that. close out with the ballista, that's a new one. It's really nice actually, pretty sweet. So I'm guessing the breaks that we've had were not the end. Not the end, I would assume. They were probably the... maybe the wings, I would say. Okay, this was that when I'm out. Oof. Okay. I'm not sure exactly at that point when to use the Dragonator, probably at the last... Probably at the last Nova, I guess. Because when you're in a flow like that, it's kind of dumb to... Okay, we got the nice second break. When you're in the flow, like when it's going well, don't really try to sheath and try to move away from him, because that's actually the dumbest thing you can do. Like when a lance fight is going well. Okay, that's not good. Okay, so that's actually when I'm kind of sorry for this shiny, but I'm hoping that he will die soon, so that I can go pick it up. I will take this opportunity to sheath. I probably should have dash juiced again. Maybe that's fine. Hopefully he doesn't try to spam fireballs like that. Okay, that's that's annoying. Okay, nice. Time to get him, and that's done. So like, I'm guessing I could have actually Dragonator earlier, but I guess that's fine. So yeah, that's pretty much how I farm Fatalis usually. When I and the farming of Fatalis is going to get easier as you unlock some of the material that you need to craft the gear. You'll first want to focus on the lance, and then move to some of the pieces uh, of his armor. And you'll use some of the pieces to improve your set so that the later farming actually gets easier for you. I will try to put in the description some builds that I used after having crafted the lance, for example, or a few armor pieces, that you can, transition into even easier farming. So yeah, that's mostly what I had to say about Vitalis. And I hope that was useful for you guys, so you can see that we had basically every part break that you should get, and the hunt lasted less than 22 minutes, which is kind of alright with pre Fatalis gear. Thank you guys for watching, and see you.